What's the words to this song? I forgot, but we're gonna sing it anyway. It's the end of the year. Elon Musk has a robot.
Okay, cool, yeah. Hi, I'm Blake.
And I'm Ian.
And this is Awk and All,
a podcast.
So it is.
We're going to keep this one short today, guys. It's the end of the year. It's New Year's Eve.
Yes. You guys have a lot going on, I'm sure. Getting ready for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Getting ready for those balls to drop. What? Wait a minute. You get it. Yeah, so...
Yeah. But we wanted to make sure we didn't let this year end without giving everybody a well-deserved shout-out.
Yes.
That's been supporting us.
Yeah, we just wanted to give a thanks. There's a list of people. Now, obviously, we've got a certain amount of people that are watching every week. We can't keep track of who those are. We don't have any way to do that unless you like and comment and stuff like that. But if you are just watching, we appreciate you. That's not a problem. Mm-hmm. We just can't tell who it is. So we can't give you a well-deserved shout-out if we don't know who you are. We apologize.
This is where the comments come in.
But if you comment more frequently, these shout-outs will happen. I don't know on how regular of a basis, but I do want to incorporate shouting people out as they continue to support us. It's appreciated more than you guys know. So
yeah, we're over a little over a couple months in, and the amount of support that we have had in this short amount of time, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it feels good. We're very happy with it. Things are staying, they've evened out and started staying pretty consistent. So where we're at is cool. We plan to continue growing in this new year. So we'll keep that. That was a weird hand movement that I did. I'm sorry about that.
It's not going anywhere. You already know.
Whoops. So, anyways, you get what I'm saying. It's going to trail upwards, and that's our goal. We want to continue growing. We want to continue making this bigger and better and more fun and more interactive. All the things in this coming year. We've been at it just a couple of months now, and it's been cool. But we did want to give shout-outs to everybody that has participated in things that we've had going on that were interactive, sending in stories or questions on our Instagrams or any number of things. If you have participated on a regular basis, we wanted to just make sure that we take note of that and give you guys a proper shout-out, a well-deserved shout-out, we feel. And yeah, you want to just go through our list here?
Let's do it.
All right. So anyways, we want to go through a list. It's in no specific order, of course. It's just everybody who has definitely liked and commented on a consecutive basis and got involved when we have interactive moments. And yeah, so first and foremost...
Yeah, I think our wives.
Our wives. Mm-hmm. Because they push us and tell us that we can do this, and they're there for us every single day.
Absolutely.
And so
they put in
first
input,
and foremost.
They hear the episodes before y'all do. They
see everything. They give us, like you said, their input, and it's valued so much. I don't know what I would do without them giving us their take on things before it goes out to the world, right? Having a second look, a second and third set of eyes on things other than our eyes is awesome and much appreciated.
Let's not forget that Michaela made us that yummy banana jalapeno pudding as well for Thanksgiving.
You sure did enjoy it.
Yep.
It was okay. The jalapenos was just it was good for the weird factor, but I feel like it honestly could have been a pretty decent dish
without the jalapenos and
with just the Takis. That was an interesting twist. Yeah. When I wasn't getting jalapeno juice in there, it was good. It was good.
It was a little sneak attack.
Yeah. And then, of course, we want to thank our families in general. There are way too many people to name in our families. So I do hope that you guys will understand that we kind of condense you guys into the family section.
Yeah, that goes for our side and our wife's side as well.
Yes, everyone. Everyone that has commented or given input or opinions or whatever the case may be. We appreciate all of you so much.
More than you could possibly know.
And then on a more specific side, these are the likes, comments, and interactions when we post questions and things of that nature. So we've got Joe, who in the last episode for our Christmas special, you saw sent us a helmet that he created for us to rectify the craziness that happened with my head and the fact that mask appeared to be haunted. I still don't care who believes that or not. I'm thoroughly convinced, and it
happened.
Freaked me the hell out. So
those were real chills.
Then we've got Zach, of course. Now I will say he does fall into the family section, but he watches the second that it uploads. He is constantly trying to give input. He would like to be on here at some point.
I would like for him to be on the show as soon as we get a bigger setup.
Yes, as soon as we're set up for that kind of stuff, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, so he of course has a shout out, and that's why his is a little more specific, just because he has interacted with every single thing that we do and is constantly giving us input on stuff.
Absolutely.
And then for everybody that has been continuously commenting and watching or submitting things, we've got Marcus, Hannah, Taylor, Morgan, Will, Mason, Brett, and Victoria, Melissa, Peyton, Ashlyn, and Shay. And
every single one of these so very appreciated.
Yes, very much so. You guys have all contributed in some way, some form, some fashion to us continuing to grow and get ideas and everything like that. And we appreciate all of you. Thank you.
And as we
so
grow
much.
And we get so much bigger and so much better, we're going to look back on this and think of these guys as the A1 since day ones.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's you guys. You got the A1 since day ones have made the list.
There we go.
But yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's add some applause.
I think there's a cheering thing I can add in there because you guys deserve it. All right.
All right, so next we're just going to talk about a couple of our New Year's resolutions, or whatever. I guess you could call it that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've gotten to the age where, like, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I mean, there's no age for New Year's resolutions because there's people older than us still doing them. But I've gotten to this realization of...
You can start this stuff anytime.
You can do it whenever. Yeah. Exactly. 100%. It doesn't matter if you've got like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to have these goals. I want to get in better shape. I want to do that. You can start any day. A new year doesn't mean anything. It's a new year by calendar. If we shifted them around, it could start on a different day. So start any day you want. But
just do it!
Overall, I think it's good to have goals that are attainable and things like that within a 1 year time period. And I think people put too much pressure on themselves. There's also a lot of, I'm sure the list is long of most had resolutions that also, you know, kind of end early, like done with it by February kind of resolutions.
I'm going to stop drinking this year. glug, 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 glug.
Yeah, come February, it's back at it. But
Yep.
I think the number one, I do know this, the number one is always having to do with fitness. People every year are just like, okay, this is the year. And then by February, it's like, okay, cancel the gym membership. I'm just not making it quite often as I thought I would. I don't have time for this.
That was 2023 for me.
Yeah, everybody's done it at some point.
Yeah.
But it does baffle me because I see it happen with some people every year. And it's like, who cares, man? If you don't have time for it, don't have time for it. Just don't make the resolution. It's no big deal.
That
whatever.
ties into mine, though.
Yeah.
Mine is consistency.
That's good, yeah.
I mean, that's something I've forever been trying to get better and better at, but it's like a slow crawl, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, 2023, I went to the gym. I was going at it pretty steady for about 3 months. Let's say 3 months.
For sure, yeah. Sure.
4 at max.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was I broke the routine just one time.
That's all it takes.
One time.
I did that as well about 5 years ago, and here we are.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and here I am at this point now. I've been just stress eating. Really, that's how I deal with it.
Especially this time of year. Mm-hmm. I feel like I always pack on a little more weight. It's like a fucking bear or something, dude. Like I'll pack on a little more weight during the winter, and then come summer, I'll shed a little bit more. This past summer, I shed some weight. That was from losing a gallbladder, but
I mean,
I lost like 30 pounds because I couldn't eat nothing.
I mean,
That's a horrible way to go about it. Don't do that, guys.
Obviously you didn't do this willingly.
Oh, no, this was completely against my will. I had no plans of it, but whatever. Shit happens.
And you lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Proud of you, bud.
Hey, probably gained about 10 back once Christmas came around. So, yeah, there's just too many, those Christmas tree cakes and dessert options around Thanksgiving, and I'm a fiend for banana pudding. I don't know.
That just made me think of that little TikTok you sent me of that little piggy eating that Christmas tree cake.
Yeah, I love that one. I love that one. That's it, man. That's me during December. Snacking all the time. I got to cut it out, but I no longer look at it as a resolution. I now have the way things fit, numbers, whatever. Once I reach a point where visually I'm not happy, then I do something about it. It's an endless cycle, and I'm not going to sit here and try to fight it for the rest of my life and get into like this bodybuilder shape. I attempted that like once, not bodybuilder, but like I was packing on muscle, like really heavy, working out like 6 days a week.
Beefcake. Yeah.
And, I held that up for probably a year. It's just not easy to maintain. It's probably more like 10 months, if we're being honest. Like, it's just not easy to maintain that. And so then about a year went by. Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like a full 12, but like I was going pretty hard. I had shout out to this dude Ed that I used to work with at Best Buy. He was our general manager, and he made the offer. Now he is jacked. Like, he's jacked. And he's got like bodybuilder status, right? And so he offered. Jacked. Oh yeah, he's jacked, like 100%. Like his biceps. Like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. He's probably that, but like more my height. Sorry, Ed. Maybe shorter.
Okay. So
I don't know if Ed's watching this.
Maybe Sylvester Stallone then.
But he's jacked.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, he would always have, because you have to have a uniform at Best Buy, right?
Yeah.
And so his polos are always like real baggy. It's all he can do, because his shoulders being as broad as they are and his arms being as big as they are, only a certain size is going to fit him.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it just doesn't fit at all. It doesn't flow. But I mean, it doesn't matter because the dude's jacked and you can tell. So anyways, I say all of that to say, he made an offer to everybody in the store that if anybody ever wanted to work out with him, get in shape, he wouldn't do anything like train you, meet with you every single day, do all this and that, because people fall off of that, and he doesn't want to set that expectation up with anybody, and it's whatever. So what he would do is he would go maybe a couple of sessions with you and teach you everything you need to know. This is why you do this. This is why you do this. This is why you do this. And do it this way. Guaranteed results. It works every time. None of this like fast track, quick progress, overnight bullshit. Do this, and eventually you're going to be where you want to be. And that's it. And so he taught me I feel like he taught me everything, like so much stuff. And I would go with him. I would train with him. Before you know it, I'm doing my own training, and I'm going there in the mornings and sometimes in the evenings and doing everything that he taught me. And I was very happy with the results. I forget what happened in my life. There was a lot going on. This was towards the end of the whole Crazy X debacle. And I just had a lot going on. So like the gym kind of had become my escape at that time. And then I didn't have a reason to escape anymore. So I stopped going.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
I'm seeing that play out.
So that's really what it came down to. So I get when people like decide to start these as their resolutions, but unless there's a difference between doing it as a resolution and doing it because you've finally had enough of something. And that's when it really, you gotta have
something to fuel it.
Yeah. If you're just like, all right, it's a new year, that's not enough for shit. You got to be tired of this, tired of that, tired of this. You want to make a change for this or that, and then you're on your way.
I don't know. It's starting to feel like I need to do something though. Like we're in our 30s now.
That's another thing.
Our metabolism slowing down.
Slow down.
Like it's not completely showing just yet. I mean, I feel like I got a little pot belly. But
Right.
In the past, when I've gone to doctors, like I've had really elevated cholesterol, and that's where it shows up. So I know I need to do something.
Yeah. Well,
that's a motivation in itself.
And there you go. And that's less about it being a new year and more about it being a motivation from something else, your health and us getting older and everything. I definitely get it, especially, I understand.
I mean, I guess that's what it ultimately boils down to. If it's life or death, that's when you got to do it.
Yep.
You got to do it for you.
I get it.
That's what keeps it going.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, what are some of the resolutions that you have going on this year?
That's the main thing.
That's your biggest one, is like health-wise and consistent, staying consistent with. I got you. That's what's up.
Staying consistent in general.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking about, not just with working out. It's just like
everything.
Yeah.
All aspects.
Get out of that routine just one time, it all falls apart.
No, it's true.
I just gotta very easily set a routine for myself, stick with it.
Yeah.
Like no excuses.
Right.
Get some kind of order going on.
Hell yeah. I feel you.
I mean, it can't be the same thing every day or else that gets boring, but
no, yeah, it should be different. I think that was the cool thing about like weightlifting, is that every day it has to be different. Because otherwise you're not going to make progress. You're not giving anything time to heal. But you can work on this and then compound the next day. You're working on like maybe your
just cardio
upper half or lower half. Well, cardio, that had become like every day, but only about 15 to 30 minutes and no more than that, because you
didn't have just one day that was full of cardio.
Nope. It's too much cardio. It's not necessary.
Well, I guess. It's for the heart, man.
No, it is for the heart. But your body only takes so much before it's like not. This is just everything I was taught. I'm no doctor.
Yeah.
It's just like it's all about getting your heart rate to a certain level and getting to where you want it to be there and strengthening it. A full day of cardio. Because when you go to the gym, like, you really shouldn't have to be there longer than like an hour.
Yeah.
There are people that go in there and they're just in there for like 4 hours because they're scrolling on TikTok and
taking pictures of themselves.
Maybe they're lifting this a little bit. Your breaks in between have to be really small to make big progress. So. Anyways, yeah, you don't have to do like a full day of cardio. You can just add cardio either to the beginning, the end, or half beginning, half end. However you want to do it to like each workout session.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I used to like to do an all-out like treadmill run for like 15 minutes to like just kind of get my body warmed up, then lift weights, whatever sections I'm lifting that day. And then at the end of it, I would do kind of like a cool down treadmill where it's a little bit slower, but you're still keeping your heart rate up, but
just a kind of transition and just stopping altogether.
Slowing, yeah, rather than just like cutting it and leaving.
Yeah, that's how people pass out sometimes, is just going straight from all out to just stopping altogether.
100%, yeah.
You got to work your way down.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So for you...
Well, yeah, for me, I have a lot of aspirations, but I don't have anything definitive like staying consistent. I think the one thing that I wish I could do is be better with my time management. But I've tried that for years, and I just kind of have to go with the flow with myself because otherwise I'm like constantly stressing myself out, working against myself. If I just accept that, like, okay, something got in the way, or I forgot about this, or I forgot about that, it's okay. We make up for it and we keep it moving. It's much easier on my mental health than sitting there and stressing over every little fucking thing. So, like, that's something I
out of there on time.
Say what?
Making sure you get out of there exactly on time.
Right. Stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it just, so many things, like, it just kind of boils up, and I don't know. I kind of shut down, I guess. And so over the years, I've just kind of gotten to a point where I just accept that sometimes I'm going to be forgetful. I would love to not be as forgetful, but sometimes I will be. And I work on it where I can, but I'm not going to hold myself to a higher standard than I should, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, everybody should want the best for themselves, but I'm not going to sit here and expect too much out of myself and be hard on myself for no reason. Like, because I was a few minutes late to this, or doing this, or I got caught up with this, so I forgot to do this. So, I mean, I would love to say something like that would be like a good resolution for me, but...
How do you propose to go about it if you did?
That's what I'm saying. In the past, I've tried. I don't really have like a game plan. I just try to be on top of everything, and then I overstress myself. And so it's just like, what's the point? All of this could be done at some point. And then everything's fine and it all works out in the end. So what am I really stressing for? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if it was like a deadline for a paper when I was in school, okay, sure.
Or if, like,
but in life,
give your word to somebody, okay, I will be here here, right then.
Yeah. And that's why I will always leave it vague. I'll never tell somebody I'll be somewhere at 5 o'clock.
And never use the P word.
Or 3 o'clock. Or
promise.
Oh, yeah, no. I will.
Not when it comes to being time.
Another thing I was taught at Best Buy, to under promise and over deliver. So I
gotta write that down.
Will potentially have this done and get this, and then bring it up a notch. Deliver more than you were having them expect.
And hey, if they expect disappointment, they're going to be thrilled.
Exactly.
Guaranteed 5 stars.
That's it. So, other than that, this year I got out of tattooing, got back to tattooing. That was a whole roller coaster after all the health shit that I dealt with during the summertime. So we're back to that, like, full send. So one of the things that I want to work on is driving clientele in, coming up with new fun things that people are interested in doing, interested in having. I've kind of become a fan of certain specials. I don't want to be the guy that runs specials all the time, but like certain fun things that make sense, I do want to kind of do something like that. And then with this, I want to continue taking our baby steps as we continue to grow.
Of course.
You know, I mean, that's just a given. And yeah, I don't know. To be completely honest, I think I've written off resolutions so much that I don't really give it much thought.
Just work out as you go.
Mentally, that's where I'm at, and I just take everything day by day. And if that works for you, cool. If you have to have a resolution, cool. And if you just decide to wake up one day and make some changes in your life, cool.
And this was mentioned vaguely before while talking about consistency. Like, you notice how what both of us are saying, each of us are saying it's something to change us. We're not doing it for anybody but us.
That should always be key.
Yeah.
That's what your resolutions are all about. 100%.
It's got to be for you or it's just not going to stick.
No, it'll never stick. If you're making some change in your life for somebody else, unless it's like your health because you want to stick around for your kids, you know, that's a given. But if you're making some kind of change to impress others or something for other people in mind, fuck it.
Fuck them.
Yeah. That's honestly yeah. I see no value in just making changes for others or doing anything. I mean, unless you're like, I don't really know how to word that. Like if you're trying to be more compassionate towards others, yeah, okay, that's something for yourself that
maybe
you need to work
spouse.
on. You know what I mean? Like,
of course, when it comes to your spouse, like there's some things that, because you're one, so
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's necessary for your relationship that you stop doing something,
not everything.
Yeah, no. Don't make changes. This is getting all over the place, but don't make changes for others. That's the bottom line.
We just said don't do this, and then we're like, oh, there's these scenarios where you can't do this.
And this scenario, yeah. We don't have to walk through all of those. Yeah. Obviously, use common sense, guys. If you have to do it because it would benefit you and somebody else, it's fine. But if you're solely doing it to impress or please somebody else, be true to yourself.
There you go. We can summarize that whole thing up just by saying that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Consistency and time management, make sure it's for you. That's for us. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Okay, so we are going to kind of theorize, I suppose, on what we think is going to happen in the new year.
2025.
I guess it doesn't have to get too crazy, but there have been things happening recently that could lead us to believe that we may see more of this or less of this or whatever the case. Yeah. So we just thought it might be fun to toss around some ideas of things that we might see in the coming year. 2025. So, you
feeling alive in 2025.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
you couldn't say that in 2015 because it doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't. You couldn't have even said it in 2024. You haven't been able to say this for 20 years, really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I guess 1995 was the last 5 that probably could have sounded good. 2000, feeling alive in 2005. That just doesn't roll off the tongue.
It still sounds good.
Yeah.
There's enough syllables there, I think.
I guess.
Maybe not. Comment down below. No. What kind of predictions you got?
Well, I definitely think we're going to see more extraterrestrial activity, if we're being honest.
I hope so. I've been waiting for this stuff my whole life. Now, I know we've all made jokes, like during COVID times, where they released, hey, guess what, guys? UFOs. Legit. We're looking into it, and we have been for a long time. You guys aren't crazy. And everybody was like, hey.
Okay.
we don't care.
Yeah.
The fuck? We knew this was a thing. You guys aren't fucking smart. We know that you've been pulling the wool over our eyes the whole time. Whole damn time. So, then a couple of months ago, which seemed to get swept under the fucking rug again, they started talking about these underwater alien bases that exist in our oceans.
Oh, that was just last month.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about it?
What?
Only we did talk about this, but 4 days later,
bit, yeah.
That's when the drone sightings started in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on here, but yeah, I got you. Right.
It's like,
so
the hearing happens on the 14th. 4 days later, that's when all these drones start showing up over New Jersey.
Right.
We still don't know if those are connected or not at this point.
Right.
But
it was a lot of them. And supposedly they were coming from the ocean.
And the timing.
So, my thing is, though, like, we started talking about it, and then nobody was really talking about it. And now they're talking about canceling... Whoops. They're talking about canceling TikTok, getting TikTok shut down, which is another thing they've been talking about for like 3 years. Supposedly it's passed unless they file some kind of thing or whatever the case. I predict that they will get it handled, whatever the case is, and they'll continue TikTok because the amount of money that TikTok brings in is insane. So I think they'll throw this whole thread around and make everybody worried and do all this and that, and then TikTok will just keep on coasting through. And if they don't, they'll just make another app where we do exactly the same thing. Not Instagram, because it's not quite as...
Can't figure that algorithm out.
The algorithm's just not as smart, man.
Another point I have to make
TikTok's
on the
algorithm
TikTok thing.
Is genius.
They're trying to force China to sell it to us, but apparently we're the ones that are so in debt to China that is going to take so many years to pay it back. Why not just partner with them for this TikTok shit?
Right.
Just pay them back in this way.
That's a good call. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Bullying somebody that we are in debt to.
That never makes sense. Right. 100%.
Maybe bullying isn't the word, but...
Well, I mean, we're sitting there and we're making it seem like, you know, we're making them out to be... Like, it's just a company like any other. Just because it happens to be located in China means nothing. Yeah. We're claiming to be so afraid of all of the information that they have access to because we have these accounts with them. Bro, there's no information. My feed is full of cats and dogs and pigs and crazy animals doing random shit and then funny stuff. And do you know how many videos I saw on just our court hearings on underwater alien bases? Like 2. There's no crazy information getting out over here. What it really comes down to, and this is conspiracy theory time, that I think a lot of people could get on board with, is they're trying to silence the people. We have access to an app that allows us to, in almost real time, know what's happening in all of the places in the world.
And since it's not theirs, they can't edit anything out.
They can't take anything out, and they can't say, oh, we don't want the people to see this. They have no control, and that's what scares them. And I think that that's just stupid. But conspiracy theory.
Reptilians.
Absolutely. Another prediction that I have is maybe at some point we will finally hear about the reptile people. Because I've been waiting on that one.
I have a crazy theory about that.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's that? You think Justin Bieber is a reptile?
No.
Oh. I saw him blink weird once.
I saw Billie Eilish blink weird.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Who else's hair grows in green?
Right.
Duh.
Shit. But, you know, in that early story in the Bible, the Noah's Ark one?
Yeah.
I feel like the serpent was a reptilian.
Okay. All right.
And that's, and it was like a dinosaur. I guess there was some dinosaurs that came into human form, like dinosaur humanoids, you know what I'm saying?
What were those people doing?
And that's when God was like, after the serpent supposedly made Eve eat the apple or the fruit. We don't know if it was actually an apple. Mm-hmm. That's when he was like, you are doomed to crawl on your belly forever and ever. And then it doesn't happen immediately, but that flood comes along. And then, the only form of dinosaur that we have now, the crocodiles.
Crocodile. Mm-hmm.
And then, crocodiles and then snakes and lizards, but they're crawling on their belly.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't allowed on the ark.
Okay. Which is why they just can chill in water.
Yeah.
Okay.
All they can do is just crawl on their belly.
Interesting.
We may edit all this out.
Okay. I mean, it's your conspiracy theory, bro. I'm not going to edit it, and it's cool.
It's out there, but it's just something I was just randomly thinking about one night.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put all this together. I'm probably not making it. I'm probably not making it sound as good as I made it sound in my head because you know me. I'm like a freaking gumball machine. Everything comes out in little pieces.
Right.
But when I was putting everything together for this,
that string was really connecting all the dots.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that all of the reptiles are inherently the evil creatures of olden times.
We can't hear them talk anymore.
But does that factor into the reptilian species of like aliens?
Well, there's also that theory that some of us ended up coming from Mars.
I have heard that one.
Yeah.
So that's
like Mars's atmosphere got messed up in some way, which is crazy because it's further away from the sun.
Yeah.
Was it always like that, though?
Don't know. Maybe they were cool with it there. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
This just goes back to the argument that if you are aware that we exist and you don't think anything else out there exists,
you're insane. Yeah, 100%.
How? How are we the only ones with this big old universe?
There's just 8 billion people in the whole world, the whole universe, rather.
Yeah.
All of the galaxies, the Milky Way galaxy is massive in itself. But then there's other ones. And I don't understand how anybody in the world is able to just be like, nah, that's not real. There's none of that.
I mean,
I understand if you're like other things being out there that are unknown and that scares you.
That's a fear of the unknown.
So you just convince yourself that there's nothing else out there. But let's be honest, that's just kind of ridiculous. It's obviously arrogance. Something else is out there. Like it would have to
arrogance.
Be. That's all it is. Yeah. If every star is a sun and our sun has a planet and all of these planets that has things and creatures and whatnot, I don't know. I still don't trust the government enough to believe that there aren't any other creatures on the planets that are right next to us. So, who knows? But, to track off of the alien stuff a little bit, AI technology is making some really cool advancements in the last couple of years. I'm expecting to see some really, really impressive stuff start to come forward now that everybody's dipping their fingers into it. You had ChatGPT, and then that formed off into a bunch of other things. Now Apple's using ChatGPT for their own AI intelligence, and then you've got Google getting in on their own AI intelligence. They just released that one, I think it's called Gemini. I downloaded it, haven't played around with it yet.
Didn't Google recently say, or is this just like tabloid material, that they have accessed the parallel universe in some way?
Somebody said that they do. I don't know if it was Google though.
Yeah, we'll keep that one in mind. That may be just tabloid material right there.
It could be, yeah, straight from the Inquisitor. Who knows? But maybe. I have heard that somebody has access to it, and we know that this parallel reality to ours runs backwards. I don't know how you could tell that, but Whatever, that's what I heard.
That's a lot of scientific talk right there. It's going to make my head hurt.
Yeah, it probably will. No headaches on the new year. No. But let's see. What else? What's another good prediction you got?
I think Chapel Roan had a good year this past year in 2024, but 2025 is the year she's going to come out and be like, okay, this is everything I got. Boom, right here.
You think it's going to get even bigger?
Yep.
Yeah, I think she will.
I think it's going to be Chapel Roan.
That'd be cool. Sabrina's on the rise as well.
She is.
Yeah.
And they're friends right now, but you know how quickly that can change.
Well, it could happen, but maybe not.
That's the prediction. They're going to Chapel Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Celebrity Feud. That's going to be the Celebrity Feud of the year.
You think so?
Yep.
On like a Kendrick Drake level thing, or?
Possibly. That one was big. I don't think it's going to get that big.
So, I have a theory for somebody that's going to have like the top song of the year. The whole year. You ready?
Continue.
Rebecca Black. Yeah. I think she's going to come out with a song called Monday.
Blake.
Yes?
This is the least serious you've ever been.
Oh. Possibly. Quite possibly.
She's an adult now. Maybe it'll sound okay. Maybe she's got that adult voice grown in.
Friday was good. Friday. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was the vocal fry of vocal fries in that one.
It's Friday.
Yeah, it was a fucking bop.
Okay.
I was jamming to that shit in college. You weren't?
I thought it was high school.
Every Friday?
I mean, yeah, we will say this. That song stuck. There isn't a Friday that goes by that it doesn't pop into my head.
See? She knows what she's doing, and now she's going to take over Mondays just to get a little vengeance for Garfield.
I wonder if she's going to sample that one song. Monday, Monday, just another manic Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe she'll sample it and just throw her own thing into it.
Maybe. Maybe.
What's going to be the movie of the year?
Movie of the year is going to be Superman.
I knew you were going to say that.
You're fucking right. I can't wait. That's July 11th, I think.
I think that's what it was. At this point, they've only
Or
released...
June 11th.
They've only released the
It's a
teaser
J
trailer.
month. And, yeah, they only have the trailer out. If you guys haven't seen it, go and check it out. Everything about Superman is amazing, so it doesn't really matter if you think you like it or not. You do. So it's a J month, around the 11th or so. It's going to be so fucking epic. James Gunn, I really have high hopes for the way that he's doing it, because out of all of the Marvel movies, I only like the Avengers or like Spider-Man or whatever, but I really enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. And even having known nothing about them, I didn't know anything prior to them making movies, to be honest. I knew they existed, but I didn't read the comic books, none of that. And just his vision and how he puts things together, he did a great job every time. And then he did Suicide Squad 2. He did a great job. It was way better than the first one. And just anything that he seems to get his hands on, it's pretty great.
It's a fun thing to watch usually.
It's pretty great. Yeah. And so with the vision and everything that he's talked about and the people that he shuts down on social media, because people will talk about social media like they've changed the S. Now it's not a change. It comes from the Kingdom Come series of Superman, and he wanted to utilize this S, and that's cool. I'm all for something different. But a lot of people are complaining about it who don't know that this is already a symbol that exists in the comic books. It's just further down Superman's life. But a lot of people were complaining, and the other day somebody had posted, like, commented. They're like, I don't understand why you can't use the original S, blah, blah, blah. And so then he posts, like, this childlike drawing of the 1940s comic, like, little badge symbol of an S in it that's, like, garbage. It's just, I know it's the classic first Superman symbol, but, like, it's the worst. It's not a good one, man. It just wasn't. They were headed in the right direction. Right here. You know what I mean? They were headed in the right direction. And so he commented back and posted that and was like, you wanted it to be this? Because it just, like, shows off that, like, clearly he knows what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. The usual one that everyone knows, but that's not the original. And it's like, if you don't know what you're talking about, get the fuck out. And so I think that his vision for it so far, man, I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to come out numbers-wise as the best movie of the year, because...
You know, DC movies, they just got so many adaptions to Superman, Batman.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I hope now that James Gunn has an executive position in DC and Warner Brothers that he will be able to shape this a little bit better, whereas people in the past have been directors and producers and things of that nature, but they're not, like, an executive at DC or at Warner Bros. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they're not a head honcho who has to know all the shit and take all of it in and then create something. They're just like, hey, here's my vision. And then it's either shit or it's good. But yeah, I have high hopes for it. So this is me predicting that.
I know it's going to be a good movie, and I hope you will not be disappointed.
I will not be. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as I get to see Superman on the big screen, I'm usually happy.
There you go.
They've fucked things up in the past with certain movies, and if Superman just makes an entrance for a second, I still get excited. So, meh.
Personally, I don't know what all's going to come out from Marvel this year besides the new Captain America with Harrison Ford being the new
Captain America looks pretty cool.
It looks dope.
It looks cool.
But it's not going to be, of course, Steve Rogers' Captain America. This is the first time we're going to see Falcon as Captain America.
Yeah, now Falcon as Captain America, I think, is going to be pretty dope.
Yeah, they introduced it. They introduced it pretty well in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
Yeah, they did a good job. And I like how they set up the other dude that's going to be in Thunderbolts. That's another one that's going to be good.
Yeah.
I've got high hopes for that one because supposedly, I don't have confirmation yet. Maybe it's already been confirmed and I haven't seen it, but there's a guy in the trailer that just shows up in, like, a hospital outfit. And supposedly that's going to be Sentry, which is, like, Marvel's answer to Superman. Yeah. So could be sick. But yeah, I think both of those movies are going to do really well, and I don't know what else is coming out from Marvel, to be honest.
I thought Blade was supposed to come out this year, but they pushed it back.
Yeah, they moved it back.
I was looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Wesley Snipes showing back up in Deadpool vs. Wolverine I think that played a part in it.
Yeah.
And I think they delayed it to potentially get Wesley Snipes involved in some way. Hopefully not to just snatch the role from this guy.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to be an amazing Blade. He's got the look for the part. He looks badass. So I thought, yeah, if it's not going to be Wesley Snipes from the originals, he's getting older. I get it. Replace him. This is a good pick.
The only argument I could think of, I think his name is Mahershala Ali, something like that. If I get it wrong, just delete this. But the actor that was coming in to play Blade this time,
yes,
he was Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage series on Netflix.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that he was.
That's the only thing. But we've had Chris Evans as Human Torch, and then he comes in as Captain America. Chris Evans is about to be
somebody else.
And then Robert Downey Jr. is about to be Dr. Doom.
Well, he got hired on for the Doom series. He's supposed to be somebody else now.
For real?
Yeah, Chris Evans, yeah. They just announced that one like a week ago.
This is going to be a real multiverse shit.
Uh-huh. It's going to be super multiversed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's they've rumored what character he's supposed to be. I didn't recognize the character, so I don't know. It might be a small role. I don't know, but he's supposed to make an appearance.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. But Yeah, I completely forgot that was Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the only argument I can think of. But
I do get it, but they've also shut all those down. Yeah.
From the Daredevil series on Netflix,
Yeah.
and the same guy that played Kingpin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly some more.
They're slowly trying to bring it all back. I really hope that they can do Luke Cage again.
Yes.
I really hope so.
I enjoyed Luke
because
Cage.
The Punisher is going to be in the Daredevil series.
Yep.
So, yeah, dude, I hope they could do Luke Cage again. I fucking loved that show, dude.
That was amazing. Especially that second season.
Yeah. That series was great.
So dope.
All right.
Another prediction. They're going to bring in Luke Cage to Marvel.
Fingers crossed, bro.
There we go.
He was also like the perfect Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Anyways, we've nerded out long enough. I think those
long.
are all pretty good predictions for this year, honestly, especially Rebecca Black. Yeah, so.
Yeah, we definitely nerded out just then.
Well,
sorry,
you gotta
guys.
nerd out once in a while, man. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
We're just a couple of guys, a couple of chill guys hanging out.
Just a chill guy.
Shooting the shit. Let me get my hands in my pocket. Just
Even though they can't
guy.
see.
Doesn't matter if they can see. They get it.
They got an extra long nose. You can see that.
They can feel the vibe.
Yeah.
Just a chill guy.
Just a chill guy.
We're just hanging out, nerding about shit. That's it. It happens. So, anyways,
Can you hear the ocean in the background?
just hair.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope that if you make a resolution for yourself, that you're able to stick to it. Attainable goals. That's your goal, right? I know that was too many goal words in one sitting there.
Oh!
There it is. Yeah, just Happy New Year's, everybody. We appreciate everyone that has supported us this far, and we hope going into the new year that you continue your support for us. And we are trying to have some fun things lined up for this coming year, so stay tuned, keep an eye out, and I guess like, comment, subscribe.
All the things.
All the things. Hit us up on TikTok. Message us on. We don't really use X, but it's on there. It exists.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to get into it. I tried the other day, and the credentials just weren't doing it.
I could have changed password or something. I'll figure it out. Anyways,
We'll get active there too.
Yeah. So, Happy New Year's, everybody. Again. I guess that's everything. I can't really think of anything else.
No.
It feels like there should be something else, but I
gonna
can't think
be
of anything else.
New year, new all.
Nope. Don't do
not.
That's another thing, guys. Don't do New Year, New Me. Fuck New Year, New Me. Just be you.
Just do it.
Just don't. You're not gonna be a new you. You're still you.
It's just
Make some minor changes. I get the sentiment.
the year. It's different.
I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
But you're you. If I see any more of those comments or posts on the internet,
We might see a new Ariana Grande, though.
I might cry. A new one? What are you talking about?
It's like Ariana Grande's personality changes every 2 years. Have you not
Still
noticed
seems
that?
the same. And except for like when she was on Nickelodeon, but like the last few years, she seems the same now.
Heck yes.
I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, I'm the same. I can't talk shit.
well, I mean, everybody becomes a different person every 10 years, so
I guess.
yeah, or sooner. But I've heard on average about 10. You're a completely different person. All right. Before this gets derailed any further, all in all,
That was all can all.
so it was.
Bye,
Goodbye,
my
my friends.
friends.